folks, welcome to the channel, Cruising with the Songsteads. Please like and share the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos. Today I'm starting with a little bit different starting scenario. I'm starting with the car I've intentionally parked pretty tight in front of this car in front of me because I really want to see if the FSD has the ability to get out of the situation and get us on the road. So, and then later on in this trip, we're going to have some downtown streets that we're going down, and then lastly a couple of roundabouts we have to navigate, and we'll see how it does. So let's get started. So it looks like it's automatically reversing. Looks like it has signaled. No cars coming. Well, that was pretty smooth. So it didn't have any problems with that whatsoever. You know, it's been a long time since we've had any FSD updates. I'm kind of wondering what the story is. I know that some folks have said that that because of the cyber cab, that they are dedicating all of their energy to that program right now, and that's holding up some of the updates for the rest of the folks. So I have no idea if that's true or not, but we'll see how it does on this drive. I know that right here, it's a little tricky situation coming up here because there's actually a stop sign pointing at us, but we don't have to stop. That's for this little side road here. FSD also does make some funny turn signal, I don't know, choices. Like right there, it's clearly on our path. This is the path of this road. And yet it felt like it needed to turn the turn signal on there. There was none required. So we have a pretty busy four-way up here at the top of this hill. We're going to make a left-hand turn, and it can be pretty busy. So let's see how it handles that. Motorcycle coming in, just got a caution. Oh, it thinks that there's someone. Well, that's interesting. So that was pretty interesting. I had my pack sitting in the seat with my iPad, and it was enough weight when I went over a bump back there to actually trigger a seatbelt warning on the passenger seat. That is a sensitive little sensor in that seat. So after this red car, we should be able to go. And yeah, so that is a good scenario. That person did not yield the right of way. FSD caught it and actually stopped. That is amazing. So those are kind of the things that if a human is driving, you're not always going to catch those. And you may be adjusting a radio knob or, you know, talking with your significant other in the other seat, and you may not catch that person. But FSD obviously was watching all angles, saw that car, braked, and avoided an accident right there. That's pretty impressive. So that's some of the value of FSD. Alright, probably going to pause the video here for a little bit, and I'll catch up as we get closer in town. Kind of a boring drive right here. Alright, so I edited it out, I don't know, 3 or 4 miles there of just absolutely nothing. because what you find with full self-driving is that they're, really at the beginning of your drive, at the end of the drive, is really where any challenges lie. Generally, in the middle of your drive, you're, especially at a longer drive, you're really just going down a pretty boring road. So, anyway, coming up here, we have an intersection that it has to navigate. Right up here, and then after that intersection, then it's going to make a turn. It's going to take the first right turn after that, and it's going to go down a downtown street, which is generally lots of pedestrians and people backing out of parking spots and what have you. So we'll just see how it does. We'll see how it does here. This is generally pretty easy intersection to manage. It has a protected light, protected left turn with an arrow. There's no drama here whatsoever. When you get up to when we make the next right up here in town, that's where it gets a little challenging. That was pretty impressive back there, though, where FSD actually caught an accident and prevented it. That's pretty amazing, really. So it does look like it's going to take the road that I thought it was going to do. Sometimes the planner, I don't know, it makes some strange choices. I suppose it's based on traffic and conditions. I kind of wish they had a setting in here where you could just use your last trip. So its first choice should be any trip you make is just go the last way you went. The last time you made that trip, because chances are that's the way you'd probably want to go. And so, at least for me it is. So here we are in the downtown area, car backing out, catches it, stops, slows down anyway, lets it come out. Doesn't actually get to a complete stop, which is fine. There's a lot of distance between us and that car, not a big deal whatsoever. I do see a pedestrian crossing the road up in front of us. I can see it on the display. See them on the display, I should say. And so here it can't really see what's going on with the pedestrian, so it's pretty cautious right here. Maybe even a little too cautious, really. I don't think if a person was driving that they would actually have stopped right there. But with that car sitting in the intersection, I suppose it could create a blind spot, that the car may need to look around and see. Maybe. I suppose it's always better to be cautious than to just, blow through it and hope that they weren't stopping for someone. Maybe that's what it was thinking, that vehicle had stopped to let someone go and it was just making sure. Maybe it thinks it hadn't seen that person yet. Here's another crosswalk, slows down for it. Another crosswalk. Just kind of keeps an even keel going through that. Reduce speed. Now this is something to note up here. When we get to this right turn down here, it's going to come down. This is kind of, again, I don't know if most people drive like this. So it's going to stop at that white line, which technically you're supposed to do. And then it creeps up, it's looking up the road, and then of course makes the right-hand turn, and away you go. So I'll probably pause this again right here because, again, there's just a whole lot of nothing down this road. But at the end of it, there is some more Okay, so we're heading down that country road, and I'm going to start the FSD. Now, this is a pretty blind spot right here that this is pulling out of. So we'll see how this does. Yeah, didn't have any problem whatsoever. It's kind of a blind corner that it's pulling out right there. It really has to just get going down the road once it takes off. Some cars really come ripping down this road. As we come down this road, though, we're going to come to, I guess it'd be a three-way. Technically a four-way. There's a little espresso stand, but really a three-way. Legally, I think a three-way. One-way doesn't have a stop sign, but I was at the same intersection a while ago where there was 4 cars there, and it actually did treat it as if it was. Is the person that was coming in from the right was in queue, so. But then just past that is the roundabouts. That'll be real interesting to see how it does on that. So it's not difficult. There's 2 roundabouts, and back to back. That guy jumped the gun a little bit there. He thought he was first. He wasn't. But, you know, what do you do? FSD is going to follow the rules. Some people don't, so. But the good news is that it paused. Once it saw that he was going, it actually paused a little bit. So here we come into the roundabout. It's kind of weird. I know you're supposed to. It sometimes it'll use the turn signals when it's going through the roundabouts to signal when it's going to exit. You're supposed to do that. I mean, technically, that is the law. And so it's hitting the turn signal coming in. I don't know if you need to necessarily hit it coming into the roundabout, but I do know you need to signal technically where you're exiting, so it's doing that. Yeah, so there it did it. You know, both roundabouts, not a lot of trouble whatsoever, actually. It's very cautious, looking out for cars, making sure that no one was coming all the way around the roundabout and going to be in front of us. Probably more cautious than a human would be by far. It's actually kind of funny because generally when I'm following people that come into roundabouts, it's shocking to me on how many people actually don't know how to go through a roundabout. I mean, no one coming, they stop. I mean, it's really a zipper is what you're looking at. And gosh, a lot of people just don't get that. So this is a little busy up here. Now, I don't know what this guy was going to do. He was going to go around the cars in front of us, I guess. It's always funny how impatient. You know what? I guess that's one thing with FSD supervised that it has probably taught me more than anything is just let the drive go. Be patient. If it wants to do 37 down the road that you would normally drive, oh yeah, and here it's going to make the turn in. That's actually where I had set as the destination. But you know, if it's gonna, if it's going to drive 37 miles an hour down a backcountry road, I guess just accept it. That's what it's going to do. and just enjoy the ride, enjoy the scenery. It's taken a lot of the lifting of the actual driving off of you, so you do have an opportunity just to kind of enjoy yourself, enjoy the scenery, and yeah. So I'm not sure why it wants to turn here. Oh, I see. I still have the other destination in, so it was going to make a U-turn there and go back. So I have that off now. So we'll let it go through town up here, because there's more street lights, there's more obstacles, and it's really incredible, the abilities of FSD right now. I think a lot of people, when they think Tesla FSD, they are comparing it to like adaptive cruise control or lane keeping. I have a 2024 F450 that has all that stuff. They're nothing alike. They're not even on the same planet. And so yeah, until you experience it, I would actually recommend that most people, if they're even halfway considering buying a Tesla, get down to the Tesla dealer. And I believe they'll let you take a car, maybe even for a day, and just drive the heck out of it and really enjoy the capabilities of what it can do. I had a guy at work today talking to me about the FSD, and I realized, or talking to me about Teslas, I mean, and I realized that it didn't take me too long to realize I was an infomercial. At one point, the gentleman even said, "Boy, you could actually sell these things," and I probably could. But there's just so much to like about these cars. They are so different than anything else that you've driven from a technological perspective. It really is astounding. So here we're stopped. There's a light up here a few hundred feet. And so if the traffic stops on, like right now, it's going to stop at this intersection, is not going to block that intersection. And now that it's clear in front of me, it will then go through. But it's a pretty nice feature. How many times have you seen people in a scenario like that where they end up blocking right in the middle of the intersection? Pretty soon horns are honking, and oh my goodness, it's just, it can really end up being a crap show, I tell you. Sure is a nice sunny day, though. Hopefully we're kind of done with our stormy weather. Usually this time of year, the storm energy has passed here in the Pacific Northwest. And, not that it's sunny every day, but at least you don't have the big November, December storms rolling in all the time, soaking you. So it's really been a treat, the sunshine this week. Hopefully we can get some, I see a pedestrian standing there. I can see it on the planner. On the screen here, you can actually see the person standing there on the road. You can see the red lights. Turn green, and then away we go. Now, if she was up at that intersection, the car would have actually given her the right of way. I've seen it do it a lot. So going through here, usually there's some people that are crossing traffic and what have you, but it looks pretty clear today, actually. I don't see anything. So I think that's probably the end of the video. There's really not much more to show from this trip. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, subscribe, like the video, and share with a friend. And, if you're thinking about getting one of these, I also have my referral link in the video, in the description below. So you folks have a great afternoon, and I'll chat with you later.